Hey everybody, welcome. Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. As always, a very warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. Good to have you along watching the video. It's always an exciting day when we get to review some new Ping equipment, and ignore this because we're just waiting for an update on it. The 430 is no longer in the building. It is definitely left the building. We've got the G440 range coming in. We've got drivers, fairways, hybrids and irons, and today we're going to focus on the G440 Iron. Stay tuned. So here we are. I have my sweaty mitts on the new G440 Iron. I've got to say, I'll give you some overheads of this. I think this is one of the best looking Ping cavity backed irons they've ever made. We've actually got some shiny bits on the club here. Look, we've got full chrome on the back of the club. We don't normally get shiny bits on Ping clubs. They're normally matte finish. But yeah, they've really done a job on this. We've got the 440, which obviously replaces the 430, which was hugely popular and very, very successful. But they've just taken the shape of the 440, and refined it. They've made it look more playable. They've slimmed it down. Really, really attractive looking club. If it plays as good as it looks, then we're in business. Let's have a quick look at what they're saying about it. The G440 combines distance and forgiveness with a premium player's style aesthetics, an enhanced feel. Increased ball speed comes from a more flexible face, low center of gravity generating higher, longer shots. Longer length 4 and 5 irons help launch shots higher and provide more consistent gaps. As I always say on these videos, there's a huge amount of information available on the Ping website about the technical specs of it, and you can dig as deep into it as you want on design. I'm going to take you to the specifications and also have a little look at shaft options and things like that. But as a fitter for Ping, I've been fitting for Ping now for 25, 30 odd years. So, you know, I can go right back to the original G2 range, and you can count the numbers from there. We are several generations on, and every time Ping launch a new club, they make small little tweaks. Not huge, but they definitely improve it. They will never launch a new model unless they think it's an improvement on the previous model, unlike some other companies, which we won't talk about, but I think you probably know who I mean. Answers down below who you think I'm talking about there. Anyway, let's just dive down and have a little peek, first of all, at the specs. So this is where it got a little bit confusing on the G430s. What happened in the wedges is that they had a pitching wedge, they then had a 45-degree wedge, they then had a 50-degree wedge, they then had a 54-degree and a 58, and the pitching wedge loft was 41 degrees, which meant you had to carry basically 4 to 5 wedges to get all the gapping right. So Ping have gone away and looked at this and thought about it and got comments from fitters and players and all the rest of it, and they've sort of changed it. We obviously start at 4 iron, 3 irons are no longer with us. Loft of the 7 iron is 29 degrees, which is, I know is strong, but it's almost become the norm. But they've added 1 degree of loft to the pitching wedge, so we get a 42-degree pitching wedge, and then we get a 47-degree gap wedge. You can then go to a 52-degree second gap wedge, if you want to call it that, or 56. Now, some people will drop maybe this one and go from 47 to 56, which is a little bit of a big gap. But because we're using less long irons, we can afford to carry more short irons in the bag. You know, and you think about, you know, the range from pitching wedge to sort of 56, that's where the scoring's done, isn't it? So it's an interesting change that they've made, and I quite like that idea. I think they've made the right decision. Shaft wise, we've got a lot. We'll just have a little scroll through them. This is the new AWT shaft 3.0. Always do this in 3 flexes. Soft regular, regular, stiff and extra stiff, and then we're into graphite. Actually, just looking at that, it's interesting. They're not doing soft regular in steel anymore. Yeah, quite interesting. They always used to, but I guess they're working more onto the soft regular in graphite. So here we go, soft regular, regular in graphite. Old favourites, good old dynamic gold. New shafts for this year is the dynamic gold mid, which is a really good shaft. I'm going to probably hit that later, but today I'm going to use the Pro Modus for myself in stiff, which gives a mid to high launch, which helps me get this ball up in the air. Grips wise, very quickly, Ping keep it nice and simple. They only fit Tour Velvets. You can get them in 6 different thicknesses. The Tour Velvet cord is upchargeable in the UK, and quite honestly I don't think it's a very good grip anyway, because it tends to wear out very quick. So you can't beat a good old Tour Velvet, and we always look at the grip sizes when we're doing the custom fits to make sure we get the right size grip to fit the person's hand, which obviously has a big effect on how we hit the ball. So yeah, cosmetics of this, just love it. Give you a little overhead from above the ball, much more compact head, bit more rounding in the toe, thinner top lines, thinner bottom lines. Just looks great. Let's get in and hit some. Okay, excited to hit this club. I have had it a little hit in testing. Tell you how I've got this set up. I've got it set to orange lie code, 2 degrees flat. I'm between 1 and 2 degrees flat in my irons because I tend to over release the club, close the club face down. This helps sort of counter the tendency for it to go left, he says, hopefully. NS Pro Modus shaft in here, specs down below in stiff. And on my favourite test hole, this is my go-to test hole for irons at the moment. It's at the Farms Golf Club. I think, what hole is it? It's the 16th hole at the Farms, and I've got a flag set at 170, and we're going to hit this new G440. Want to keep calling it 430. It's 440. So used to saying 430. Looks amazing from above. Really does. Let's go. Okay, first shot away. Not a brilliant strike, got to be honest. But results wise, very happy with that. Give you some numbers. 161 through the air, 170 total. Spinning quite low. I think that was down to strike location. 82 miles an hour club speed from 110 miles of ball speed. So, you know, when you can hit it that badly and get away with shots like that, I've knocked that to 14 feet. Happy days. Let's go again. Oh, that was equally as bad. That was right off the bottom. That was bottom groove and some. See, this is why I'm such a good tester, you see, folks, because I can hit it this bad. I can hit it all over the club face. Some of these YouTube boys hit it everything out the middle. They're not testing the forgiveness of the club. I certainly am. That was horrible. Low on the face, carries come off, but hey, next club out of the bag is the putter. I will find the middle of the club in a minute. Might be here a while. Oh, hello. That was middle. Only took 3 shots, but we got there. Right, that was centered strike. Lovely. 86 club speed, 113 ball speed. Spin, I've got to admit, the spin is a little bit low on these clubs, but, you know, 4,600, it's enough to stop the ball. 29 degrees of loft, 164 carry, 170 total. Felt very, how does it feel? Got to remember, this is a cast club, stainless head, so you're not going to get the soft feel that you might get from, say, some of the Mizuno irons or a more forged club. But you know, if you're buying into this sort of style of club, you're not buying it for the feel. It doesn't feel clunky or hard, but you know, it is what it is in that respect. Ping would tell you the same as well. But it's a decent feel. Oh man, I mean, just apologies for the swing, but look at the result. Dreadful. Not even going to comment on that one. That felt really, really good. Straight at it. Beautiful. Love that. That's as good as I can hit it, really. So, final number for you there. Again, not huge amount of club speed, 82 miles an hour, spinning, getting up towards that 5,000 mark, 4864, carry distance of 164. Very, very good. So who's this club aimed at? All sorts of golfers, you know, people, I could see low handicappers buying into this. I heard a rumour that some of the tour pros are putting the longer irons of these into the bag already. You know, maybe 4 and 5 iron, maybe even 6, and then blending sets together. I can see why they would do that, because it's a great looking club, but equally the forgiveness for the higher handicap is in there. As always, you've got to get through that custom fit process, get the right lie angle, get the right shaft length, get the right shaft flex, grip size. If you're not going custom fit before you buy a set of clubs these days, then you forget it. You're just taking an absolute massive risk. We've got the tungsten toe weight still in the club here. The idea of that, people think this is an adjustable thing. I'll just give you an overhead of it. That's designed to draw the sweet spot out into the toe. So if you do get toe strikes, you still get away with it. Price-wise here in the UK, it will vary, but I'm going to be pitching these at 7-iron sets. So let's say, I don't know, 40 pitching wedge as an example, 7 irons. 999 pounds for 7 irons. I think that breaks down to something like 142 pounds per club. That's in steel shafts. If you went to graphite, you'd be paying about another £100 a set for 7 irons, so you'd be up at just under £1,100 for a set of graphites. So they've gone up £100 per set from the G430s, but isn't everything going up in price? Price of bread's going up, and so is price of golf clubs. So, you know, that's the price, but I still think they represent pretty good value. So there it is, a little snapshot on the new Ping G440 Iron. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a big seller. It's already getting great reviews out there on the YouTube channels. And I think Ping have done it again. I wouldn't be surprised if this tops the UK market. All last year, G430 was best-selling driver, fairway, hybrid, and iron. They absolutely cleaned up, and I've been doing for the last few years. Knocking TaylorMade and Callaway off the top spot is quite an achievement over here in the UK. And they're also just a brilliant company to deal with from my perspective. They treat everyone the same. Doesn't matter if you're a little one-man band here or American Golf. Everyone gets treated the same, buys on the same terms. So lovely company to deal with. Great stuff. Thanks for watching the video today. Any of you out there thinking of changing to the G440, let me know. Anyone tried it yet? Again, let me know. Always good to hear your comments. If you're new to the channel, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It just helps. Thanks very much. All the best. Bye for now.